Workbooks CRM, have you just started looking for a new CRM system, or maybe you looked at Workbooks some time ago and for whatever reason you didn't go ahead? Well, this is the session for you. A refresher if you've seen it before, or for those new people, what are the essential things that Workbooks gives you and why is it different from other CRM solutions out there? And in this session, I'm going to focus particularly on how Workbooks can help you manage your sales process. So you get that new sales inquiry, that new lead. How can you use Workbooks to trap it, track it, keep on top of things, and hopefully move it through to a positive outcome, positive conclusion. So hello, my name is Tim Wilmot from Wizard Systems. In this session, I'm going to explain the key features, benefits of Workbooks, and also focus on the sales process, keeping on top of salesy activities. And of course, not every company will use CRM in the same way. Everyone uses CRM in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements. And I wouldn't have enough time this afternoon to go through all of the extensive capabilities of Workbooks. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in a bit more detail with you and your colleagues, we'd love to organize more a one-to-one session with you, and then we can home in on your specific needs. Now, as I go through this session, any of you on here live, if you've got a question, please pop that into the question section, and I'll do my best to answer that towards the end after I've given you a little demo. So what is Workbooks in a nutshell? Well, at the heart of it, it is a ready-made system for managing all of the contacts you work with, your prospects, customers, suppliers. And as we're talking about the sales process with Workbooks, there's a concept of a sales lead, which you may not get in every CRM solution out there, a concept of a sales lead when you get that first new inquiry. So contact management built in, ability to track all of your sales activities as well, and also emails. Another strong point of Workbooks is its marketing capability, the ability to manage email and marketing campaigns in there with some really good integrations to some very popular email marketing platforms. And also we can create and track sales opportunities. So thinking about the sales process and managing the sales inquiry from start to finish, and maybe within that process you are creating quotes. We can create quotes from Workbooks. Not every CRM solution out there can do quotes as standard. And there's also options as well with Workbooks to convert your quotes to orders and invoices if you want to. Also, customer service. Do you have technicians? Do you have support people, engineers, a customer service desk in your business? You want to make sure everyone in your organization that has some kind of contact with your clients, you want to make sure that they too have access to Workbooks, and they could be quite important part of the sales process to keep them in the loop. So if a support call comes in and we can see there's an outstanding opportunity against a client, it does keep you on your toes, and it does enable, you do make sure then that all of the different parts of your company that have got interactions with your customers, they're all using the same system and all communicating with each other to help improve your chance of getting that sale. Now, Workbooks, as well as it being a great personal productivity tool, it's a great management tool as well. So managers can see what's going on in there, and particularly as regards to the sales process. Loads of really nice dashboards that you can create, KPI dashboards and charts to enable you to see what leads are coming in, what inquiries are coming in, what stage are they at, what has to happen next, what the sales expectations are per salesperson, tracking targets, tracking performance against targets, and so on. Really helping managers, business owners make decisions and see what's working well or what isn't working so well in the business. Now, Workbooks has been around a long, long time. There's thousands of organizations in the UK and further beyond using Workbooks. With the systems, we've been handling the product for about 13 odd years now. And yeah, so it's a great system. It's in the UK. Workbooks are a UK company. All the data is in the UK. 100% cloud, nothing to install. All the maintenance and things like backups are all done for you. And it's also, if it's relevant to you, it's also GDPR compliant as well. Okay, let's take a look at Workbooks in a little bit more detail then. So I've logged into Workbooks here. Workbooks will work on any device, whatever system you got. There's a mobile app as well. I'm showing it to you in this session on Chrome. I've just logged into the application, and what you see first of all is a familiar look, a familiar screen. The Workbooks desktop looks a little bit like your Windows desktop with your start button. I have my start button in the top left-hand corner of my screen, and from that start button, your start menu, giving you access to all of the important parts of the Workbook solution, with right at the top there, the people and organizations, the contacts and companies you work with. And lower down, you can see all of the other important aspects of a CRM solution, managing your activities, managing your email communications. If you're a support person, managing your support cases or tickets. If you're in sales, you'll be living in this section, managing your sales leads, opportunities, quotes, orders, sales forecasts, and so on. If you're a marketing person, there's all your marketing activities, your campaigns, your products, your marketing collateral, maintaining your mailing lists, and so on. There's also, as I hinted, we can track financial transactions in Workbooks. Not many CRM solutions out there can do that, but we can track quotes, orders, invoices, credit notes, purchase orders, contracts as well in your business. Do you have contracts? We can do all of that. Okay, just before I get into managing the sales process, walking you through from start to finish the sales process with Workbooks, just give you an idea of what some of these records look like. So I'll assume that most of you are into your B2B, you're mainly dealing with other businesses. So if I log first of all into organizations here, what pops up is a table, a grid-like view, a bit like Excel, show me row by row all of the companies, all of the organizations in the system. Now you can decide in this summary view, you decide what columns you want to see. Over on the left-hand side, you can create filters that allows you to easily dive into companies meeting some common criteria, suppliers, customers, people within a certain range of rating or whatever it might be. If I dive into one of those organizations in a bit more detail, this is what all records look like in Workbooks, a familiar look and feel. It works like Windows, so you've got these different window objects popping up, and you can minimize them, you can maximize them, close them down as you want to, pin them to your desktop as well. If you want to make sure that you see this when you log into Workbooks, you want to see this client record, you want to see a list of all your customers as soon as you log in, you can do that. You can customize that kind of experience by user. So this is just an example of a company record, an organization record. And right at the top of this window, this form, we've got a row of tabs, and we can have more tabs or less tabs as you want to. They all kind of make sense, but initially we're on the main tab. Show me the main information against this record, against this organization. Show me the main information that's relevant to me. Now you can tweak this by user or by type of company. So if you've got some users in your company that want to see more information about the organization or less information about the organization, or makes some things read only, they can see it but they can't change it, that's what you can do with Workbooks. You can personalize the experience to your colleagues, your other users, depending on their job role or what they require, or the type of organization you're looking at here. But on this main tab, we've got the main sort of suspects, the main information that you'd expect to be maintaining in a CRM solution. We've got the organization name. We've got, what type of company are they? What do they do? What's their website? What's their main number? What's their location? And so on. There's a mapping module as an option for workbooks, so you can see them on a map if you want to. Really easy way visually seeing all the information. And then as regards personalizing experience, depending on how you want to use workbooks, the role of the user, you can display on one screen, a bit like the sort of holy grail of a business application, trying to get onto one screen without having the user alt tab into another application or dive off into another system. You've got it all there relevant to them, so that they've got all of the summary information at their fingertips, and by all means they can drill down and get more information here. But this is an example. Maybe I'm in sales and I'm calling this customer and I want to see by type of product, merchandise products, of whatever the category is. I want to see what kind of sales are looking like in the recent past, and maybe I can identify immediately some cross-selling or upselling opportunities. A little bit lower down, scroll down, a little bit lower down, I can see the outstanding sales activities with this client. We have color formatting in workbooks, so we can make things appear in red, for example, if it's overdue or we want to bring something to people's attention. I've got something in red there. We can deploy a little algorithm in the background based on some kind of point scheme that you define. You can make this record, this band here, appear in different colors depending on your scoring system. So that's the main information. It is what you want it to be. This is pretty much almost standard workbooks. If you started using it right now, this is what you're going to get. But deliberately, you're in control. You can customize this screen, take stuff away, add stuff to it. It's not difficult. You don't need to be a programmer. It is so easy, and Wizard Systems can show you how to do that. So clicking on those other tabs, you display other information as you'd expect, general notes, activities as well, things that you've done, things that you're about to do. You can schedule new sales activities there. You can customize these sales activities as well. So you're always making sure that you're keeping that record up to date, and there's always something on the go. Your sales emails, they might be in there. We've got a lovely link to Outlook. In fact, we can link to any email application. And in the interest of saving time, if you've got some common emails that you want to send to your customers, in the interest of automation, in the interest of saving time, you can actually generate them straight from there without even touching Outlook. Now, you may be dealing with a big business here, big organization. So I clicked on the People tab there. These are all of the people, persons that have some kind of relationship with this organization here, Atlantic Computer Services. And I can click into one of their records, for example, and this now is a record of a person. Again, just like the company record, all of the main information there about him as a person, who is he, was his full name, job title, contact details, location, and so on. A little bit lower down, there's our GDPR compliant stuff. Over on the left-hand side there's our social stuff. Do you use LinkedIn, Facebook, or X, to contact or keep in touch with people? Then you can see their profile and their activities from there. So again, it is what you want it to be, but from that one central place, we can see all the information about Alan. We can see all the other organizations he might work for. This is a bit like a spider's web of relationships. We're just clicking on things and we're just navigating our way easily around the workbook system. Nothing is more than a few clicks away. So that's a general overview then of what workbooks looks like. That familiar look and feel, these windows popping up, minimizing, maximize them. Whatever information is you want to appear on there, you decide, and tabs running across top. Let me just close all those down now. get to a clean desktop and talk about the sales process and lead capture and qualification and so on. Now, so Workbooks has got this concept of a sales lead. So let me go back to my start menu there and down to my sales section and sales leads. Like the organizations before, when I have my organizations landing page, this is my leads landing page. So a lead, of course, I'm defining a lead as normally a new inquiry. Maybe you've just got this interest. You don't know who they are. You don't know whether there's a good fit for your company, your products and services. They're all here. They're not going to sort of cloud your vision of all of your live prospects and customers. Keeps it nice and clean to separate these new people in this way. Now, these leads, they can get into Workbooks in a few different ways. Of course, they could be manually added to the system. And there's so many ways of adding new leads manually. And so maybe you've just taken a phone call and you put the phone down, you made some notes, and you want to create a new sales lead. So it'll walk you through the creation of a new lead. Maybe just been to a show. You've got a bunch of leads in an Excel spreadsheet. You can import them in. Workbook's got an easy import feature allowing you to map the information on that Excel spreadsheet to the bits of information it wants to know about a sales lead. Maybe on your website, you've got a form. That form can be created by Workbooks and linked to Workbooks. So when someone fills in that form and they hit the submit button, straight away, that's a new sales lead in the Workbook system. And furthermore, it's not going to sit there gathering dust. You are then able to automate that and make sure it's being dealt with somebody. How many times have you filled in a form on a website on a company and you never heard back from them? That's not the case with Workbooks. It's proactively working on that lead. So you've got to think about these inquiries coming in. If you get lots of inquiries from your website, maybe you do. This might be important for you to implement this in your CRM solution, the linking of your forms to your CRM application and making sure that when those new leads hit your system, you're working on them. They're allocated automatically, maybe by location, maybe by product interest or type of client or job title. You allocate it. Maybe there's some rules for allocating it to a sales user. So lots of different ways of getting leads into your system. Let me show you a lead record, an example lead record here. So this is one I filled in earlier. Again, notice the consistent look and feel of records. This is a lead record, tabs running across the top there. We can see the 5 things we've done with this sales inquiry. We've got the emails. We do also link to, we've got integration with a number of different marketing automation applications. So we can seamlessly integrate with those, enabling you to really nurture your leads, through your targeted campaigns. And if you've got any sort of drip email sequences, email 1, email 2, email 3, that can be initiated through Workbooks to those different platforms to make sure that this is kind of complementing your sales activities and hopefully increasing your chances of conversion. So that's the audit trail there of things that we've done, and maybe website visits as well. There's also an optional tool for Workbooks to track visits to your website, whether they are people that you know or anonymous visitors. We can get them in the system as well. So if you put a lot of money into your website, and it's important showcase for your products and services, wouldn't it be a good idea to manage? It's a bit like a shop. You've got a shop and you know who comes in through the front door. You know when they're browsing around the shelves. You know what shelf they're looking at, and you can decide to engage with them when you want to. It's the same thing, just an online shop. So all of the different tabs there. Back to the main tab. So all of the information you want to know about that lead. It might be when you get a new sales inquiry, all you want to know is maybe their name and their email address. So you can determine mandatory fields here. I've actually got quite a lot of information here on this one. Maybe I need that for my business, tracking personal details, their contact details, and so on. We've got that lead scoring, that color coding going on again. Isn't it a nice idea to have the system rank and score your lead based on certain factors like, have we got a job title? Have we got a time frame? Is there a good fit of what they want compared to what we supply? Have we been in touch with them? Have we had a positive contact with them by phone or say by email? They could all be factors that will govern that score and help you manage your time more effectively. So you're going to be working on those. This is yellow, and it's 13, probably a low value, but isn't it a good idea to concentrate on the higher numbers, and those are in a slightly warmer color. Lead source. Where is that lead coming from? PPC, pay per click. We could link to Google Ads. How are you getting your leads on your website? How are you getting people to your website? Maybe you want to know the actual source of that if you're using any paid marketing activities, and the actual AdWord campaign they actually came from as well. So that's a basic sales lead, and Workbooks gives you a really easy way. Let's imagine that we've been speaking with Adam here, Adam Abbott, and there is a good fit of what he wants with our products and services. And at that time, we can now promote him. We can now convert him to a proper company record. He's not a lead anymore. He's a prospect. He's a proper organization record. And also an opportunity. The opportunity in Workbooks, I'll show you an opportunity in a minute. The opportunity will enable you to track more information about this inquiry from start to finish. So let me just kick this off then by clicking on this convert button here. Very simply, this is going to walk you through the conversion, the promotion of Adam to an opportunity. There's that little checkbox there. Next, we're going to convert Adam into a proper person record, like we saw the previous record before, the Alan record, and also a little bit lower down, we're going to create an organization as well. We had some organization details of Adam at Abacus. Let's do that as well. So we're going to create 3 records in one fell swoop here. Click next. And job done. This now is the sales opportunity created. So this is an example opportunity form, opportunity screen, where we can put in the name of the opportunity, some kind of meaningful description of what the service or products that you're hoping to sell to Adam. There's his organization record. We can click on that button there to dive to his organization record that's been created automatically for us in that process. Close by date. When are we going to close this opportunity? Actually, let's make sure it's a little bit further ahead. Let's say the 19th of July. We've got stages in the sale as well. I'll show you why that's important in a little while, but it might be useful to think of the different steps that a brand new inquiry after the lead stage, all right, after the lead stage, do you in your company, do you refer to people as being at the sort of qualification stage or the quoting stage or the awaiting order stage or the delivery stage or we're just about to invoice them stage, whatever you want. Those are just the example ones there. And when you select one of those, it will then automatically select the probability as well. The percentage probability is for most people, again, a very important indication of finger in the air. What's the likelihood of us getting this order? There's my color coding coming on again, and so on. We have covered opportunities a lot in these sort of very basic sessions aimed at potentially new people to Workbooks. So please watch one of those other videos on that process. So let me just close this down without saving. And let me just go back to now, or go to now, a list of all of our opportunities. So I'll just close down my leads here and go back to my start menu, down to sales. So we've just been there. We're now going to go here, opportunities. All right. So a list of all my opportunities. There they are there. The opportunities landing page, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet. You can actually edit them in this view as well if you want to, just like Excel. So easy. Down the left-hand side there, some filters I've created if I want to dive into opportunities for me, opportunities for Fred, opportunities for product X, opportunities that are going to close this quarter. You can define all of those filters there. But let me just go into an opportunity in a bit more detail and show you here the other things that we can use to help us track this opportunity from that lead stage through to hopefully the ultimate order. So this again is just an example opportunity. We can customize this, take stuff away, add stuff to it. We can also have different types of opportunities. So in your business, if you've got different types of products or different sales teams maybe, and you're focusing on different types of companies, maybe you've got subtly different information you need to track on those different opportunities. You can do that with workbooks as well. This is nice and simple. This is just one. So there's my opportunity name. There is the main customer I want to sell it to. Of course, I can dive into their record if I want to. Where did it come from? When's the close date? The current stage of this opportunity. We can see it's 100% because we've won it. It's an existing one that I've won. Assigned to is ownership of everything in a CRM system. Somebody that owns this activity, that looks after this lead, that looks after this customer, that's supposed to do this phone call. There's assignments, and we can assign things to other users. We can schedule activities to other users, so that we're sort of collaborating more through CRM. You're not working in isolation, you're working as a team. There's the lead source information. All right. So where did it come from? What website did it come from? Did it come from a referral? Did it come from a supplier? Did it come from an exhibition? This is where workbooks in conjunction with the marketing tools can help you get a little bit more ROI on your marketing activity. And also a little bit lower down, all of the different products and services on this opportunity as well. And from here, we can create a quote to that customer. So we can create a quote, we can create an order, we can create an invoice, contracts, and so on. So that's example opportunity, and like other record types in workbooks, across the top of the opportunity record, there's all the other related information. So 5 sales activities we've done just specific to this opportunity. And that's really what you should be doing, is if these opportunities are important to you, you're scheduling and making sure there's follow-up activities on that to help you push things through to a logical, positive conclusion. All the people on this particular deal, all the transactions, maybe you only had to do one quote. Maybe there are multiple quotes you had to do in the life cycle of this opportunity. So thinking about all of the information, you can have it a lot simpler than this, or even more sophisticated, but think about all the information you want to know about the opportunity to help you keep on top of things. There's an individual opportunity. If I just close that down again, there's all of my opportunities at a glance, and I can sort this in ascending or descending order as I want to. I can group them as well if I want to. I can create reports from these, and also I can create some nice visual dashboards as well. So I'll just close that down. I'll just show you an example of a sales dashboard here. So these dashboards are these KPI, these key performance indicators, just help the individual or the manager see what's going on with these different panels of information. So here I can see all of my openings, and maybe something like this will be displayed in front of you when you log into Workbooks in the morning. So I come into the office Monday morning, and straight away I can see all the key sort of bits I'm interested in. If I click on any of these, I will drill down into that record. Over on the right-hand side here, there's my pipeline stage. A little bit lower down, what's my performance against target? We can put people's targets into the system. What's my historical sales looking like at the moment? So really nice sort of visual look and feel to what's going on there, presenting things in a nice, visual, simple way for users, and also ability to drill down on things as well if we want to. So we can drill down. So I've got £25,000 worth of orders at that awaiting order stage. So I can drill into that. I'm drilling down, and I can see now. Oh yeah, there's the two clients that are about to become an order, and of course I could click on those. I'm just, as I said earlier, I'm just sort of navigating a way around, just browsing around. Here is the opportunity. Notice the color coding on all these window titles here. We've got the color coding just to make sure that people can easily see that sort of visual association of the type of record with that color, as long as you're not colorblind, of course. And again, down my taskbar down the left-hand side there, we can easily jump to these different records as well. So there you are, an overview really of a refresher maybe, or an overview for those of you new to Workbooks of what Workbooks looks like, and an example of managing the sales process with Workbooks, making sure nothing slips through them, making sure that you get that new inquiry wherever it comes from. You're working on it, it's being allocated to the right person, you convert it to an opportunity at the appropriate stage in the sales process. You're using your sales activities to keep on top of those and keep and storing against the opportunity all the relevant information, emails, notes, documents, quotes, activities, and then using your dashboards to visually see and keep on top of things and help you get that sort of visual understanding of what's going on there. So just a brief, before I dive into our question section, just a brief mention about pricing. So as with any cloud system, there's an annual subscription. Once we know your requirements at Wizard Systems, we'll be able to give you a firm, fixed quotation on your needs. But just as a heads up on the subscriptions, there's two different flavors of Workbooks. The standard one that most people go for, or certainly would start off with, is CRM Edition, which is pretty much everything I've shown you. And if we think about the sales process, we go up to quote stage, all right? So we can do all the CRM things, all the good things that CRM does, and customer service and so on, and create quotes and manage products and track opportunities. That's CRM. Business Edition is all of CRM plus the ability to create orders and invoices. Now you can mix and match these two. Maybe in your company, you might all be CRM users. You don't want to get involved in orders or invoices, or maybe in your business, everyone is involved in those financial transactions. So again, once we know your requirements, then we can give you the firm figures on those. Then there are some add-on options, the Outlook integration, project management is a new module, mapping. Oh, there's loads of them, and other integrations to other applications as well. Workbooks doesn't need to stand in isolation. It can talk to other applications one way or in a bi-directional way. Now, think about what help you need. If you're new to CRM, you've never done this before, you're focusing on your business, all right, but you know what you want, but you're busy working on your business. We at Wizard Systems, all we do every week is put in new CRM solutions. So we've got services, and over the years, over 30 plus years, we've worked with a wide range of clients, mainly small and mid-sized clients. So we work with sole traders right up to 50 plus user systems. So generally small and medium-sized clients, that's our focus. But we provide, depending on your needs, depending on your budget, depending on the sophistication of what you want the CRM to do. Again, once we know your requirements, we'll be able to recommend some additional services to you that might be delivered on site. We would physically come to you. You might come to us. You'd be very welcome. Or maybe we do things online. Might be a combination of all those. So once we know your requirements, we'll be able to give you a quotation. Right, I'm nearly done. If there's any questions, please pop those into the question section. Ben is asking, do you really need to use leads as our process is really simple? Yeah. As I say, everyone uses CRM in different ways, Ben. So yeah, you don't have to. You could go as soon as you get a new inquiry, you create a new company record straight away. You're still going to be prompted for the source. Maybe it's a good idea to, even though you don't want to overly complicate things with a lead process, then yeah, you go straight to create that company and or an opportunity straight away. No problem at all. It is whatever you want it to be. All right. Next question from Chloe. How customizable are the lead qualification processes in Workbooks CRM? Can we set up our own unique scoring system based on our industry specific criteria? Yes, yeah, deliberately so. You've got different. You can have different lead screens. You think about also the sequence of those fields on that screen. If you recall back to my layout of a lead form, a lead screen, you might have different fields on there, which might be like a script that you would be interrogating your new inquiry, and there might be different qualification questions there. And yeah, and you could have different types of lead qualification processes. So lead qualification process for product A, qualification process for product B. You could have different layouts there for you. And again, yes, the scoring, the algorithm I mentioned, based on the criteria and the information that you populate there, you put in. Exactly. And another question from Chloe, you mentioned integration with marketing automation tools. Can you give some examples of specific platforms Workbooks uses? Well, the two main ones that Workbooks integrates with, that dovetails with, is MailChimp, probably more at the lower end. If you're just getting into marketing automation, email as a marketing tool, you might start off with something like MailChimp. So there's automatic integration with that. And basically, these email tools, you create your list, you create your mailing list in Workbooks. And you can imagine as you're popping in information over time, you're accumulating a lot of really useful information about who your leads, prospects, and customers are. Where are they? The products they've purchased, the products they're interested in, the activities you're having with them, other associated contacts as well, transactions against that client. They bought product A, but they haven't bought product B. Yeah, you can do all that. They're really useful information there to start your mailing campaigns with. So there's MailChimp, and then higher up the chain, if you want more integration with Workbooks, there's a UK mailing tool called GatorMail, which really tightly integrates with Workbooks. Does all the MailChimp stuff, but literally all of the responses that you get from the customer, that's logged in the Workbooks database, and we can then use that information for future campaigns. It's quite powerful. And then there's also the the website tracking tool as well. So if you want to go a step further and you want to track visitors to your website right now, live, real time, and have that integrated with Workbooks, you can do that as well. Pretty powerful stuff. Then question from William. Can you integrate with ERP software, example, display account status from our accounts module on stop, and how quickly will it update? Yes, William, we can. There are a few ways of doing this. It will depend on what sort of ERP solution you use. But yes, we would have a conversation with you about that. And yes, we can then drag in certain information into Workbooks. And it's made easy. So that financial information, William, that could be just headline details, maybe sales year to date, a credit limit, outstanding balance on their account, last invoice date, and so on. Those headline figures. It could be just that's populating Workbooks. Or remember, Workbooks, unusually for CRM, it understands financial transactions. It understands an invoice and the line item details of an invoice, the price, the cost price, and so on, the margins. So we could also integrate at that level. So if you wanted to, we could discuss with you the transfer of information. So the ERP may create the transaction, but it's being bunged into Workbooks at that transaction level. Okay. Another question for William. What plan do Workbooks have in relation to AI? For example, Salesforce are looking to integrate with Microsoft Copilot. Don't know at the moment, William. A lot of CRM vendors right now are looking into AI. It is obviously a fairly new thing, only been around sort of like a year or so. For sure, Workbooks will implement that, and we would definitely feature that once they become over. But nothing right now as regards integration to Copilot. All right. Which I know Microsoft was. That's the Microsoft AI tool, isn't it? So thanks, William, for those. I don't think there's any more questions. So thanks very much, the three of you, for those. Right, well, let me wrap things up then for this quick run through of Workbooks with a special focus on the sales process in Workbooks. Hopefully that was of use to you. As a follow-up, there is a trial version of Workbooks. If you'd like to contact us, we can get you on a trial. Or remember that one-to-one demo as well, if you want to have a quick dive into it, and the ability for us to confirm figures to you in a formal quote once we know your requirements. So thanks very much for your attendance, those of you on here live, and we'll catch up with you soon on the next event. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.